Steven Weber and his girlfriend, Kreimer, decided to go on a romantic trip in mid-September 2019. It was a happy and cheerful couple. At that time, their relationship had already lasted 2 years. A U.S. citizen, 40-year-old Steven worked in a recovery center for drug addicts, and his girlfriend is the owner and chief attorney of a city law firm. Then in early September 2019, the couple arrived in Tanzania, an African country on the west coast of the mainland. They spent time together traveling around the country, posting pictures of their vacation on social media. The couple seemed blissfully happy. They wanted this trip to be one they would remember for a lifetime. Soon the couple arrives at Pemba Island, located about 50 kilometers from the mainland. It is a picturesque tropical island with palm trees, white beaches and turquoise water. It is also home to the famous Manta Resort, a wooden building located 300 meters from the shore. This is a kind of house on the water in the middle of the ocean, the feature of which is an underwater living room, submerged at a depth of about 10 meters, a kind of a corner of paradise on Earth, where no one and nothing will disturb you, where there will be only you and all the delights of earthly nature. But it turns out that even in paradise you can die. When the couple arrives, they make a video. They look around the house joking and laughing. The weather is perfect. Blue skies, calm ocean, and a light tropical breeze. After they get to the top, they have a spectacular view of the vast ocean in front of them. Kreimer and Steven then go down to the underwater room. This is a living room with a double bed, air conditioning, and large windows from which they can observe the inhabitants of the underwater world. However, the couple decided to spend their vacation in this place for a reason. The idea belonged to Steven, and there was a reason for it. The man intended to make a marriage proposal to his unsuspecting girlfriend, and thought that the best place for this event will be a house in the middle of the ocean. This footage shows the man diving deep to one of the room's windows. He leans an impenetrable bag against the glass, which contains a sheet of paper with a handwritten message. Steven turns the sheet over. "Please be my wife, marry me." The man then pulls out a jewelry box containing a ring and shows it off to his enthusiastic girlfriend. After that, Steven never resurfaced back to the surface. He drowned. When the girl went upstairs, she didn't find Steven and immediately sounded the alarm. She tried to call for help but was never able to reach the resort staff by phone. Eventually, she sought help from fishermen on a passing boat. The girl later stated that the boat owner pulled Steven's body out of the water and tried to resuscitate him. They attempted CPR, and he even had a slight pulse at that point. However, they were never able to bring the man back to life. The girl published an emotional post on her social media page, attaching videos and photos. In her post, Kreimer described Steven as a kind, compassionate, and funny man who often made her cry with laughter and showered her with love she never experienced. She wrote, "You never swam out of those depths, so you never got to hear my answer. Yes, 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 a million times yes, I will marry you." The girl also wrote that she would find Steven and marry him in her next life. Although the official cause of death was never announced to the public, it was probably loss of consciousness due to lack of oxygen. Steven held his breath and dived to the window, to a depth of about 10 meters. He stayed underwater for about 40 seconds, after which he hastily began to surface. As the man opened the ring box, his hands could be seen shaking. This indicates that the situation is already critical and it is urgent to leave. The level of adrenaline at such moments rises significantly, and there is a sense of panic. The work of the heart accelerates. The organs begin to consume more oxygen, which the man had almost no oxygen left. As a result, Oxygen starvation of the brain led to loss of consciousness and subsequent drowning. In midsummer, a makeshift camp and tent was discovered in a remote mountain forest. Various garbage, human feces and clothing were lying everywhere. Outside lay the mummified body of a man, and in the tent were found 2 more corpses, dressed in winter clothes and still wrapped in sleeping bags. This whole scene in the middle of a quiet green forest looked not just strange, but pretty damn frightening. The circumstances of these men's deaths are still unknown to this day. It's an incredibly strange, creepy and frightening case, with many questions that are hard to find answers to.